defending or pushing for our agendas. But if we don't have males or with us discussing, then we are just talking to ourselves. And that is an issue that I found in my university when we had these seminars, and all the attendees were females, most probably, and our colleagues were actually intimidated to participation. They didn't know, what are we talking about? What do you want? What are the rights that you want? We don't understand. So I told them, yes, you have to come to understand, to see what are the other lenses that we're using to view our profession, our practices, our pedagogical approaches, and even teaching as well. And I think this is a very important issue, the eye-opening of all our colleagues or our male partners to what are the difficulties that we are facing. We sometimes take it as part of life, but it is not. It should not. It should be part of looking for a more equitable space. Also, many inquiries that we found, we thought this is more of a political issue, a law regulation issue. How is urban planning or architecture contributing to that issue of a gender equitable city? It's more about providing more job opportunities, training, giving skills. What is this role of space? And very few people were actually thinking about that. And we try to highlight that everything is spatial. So this is where you live, where you work, where you commute, where you get your groceries, where you take your kids to play, and this is your everyday life experience. And not because that current designs are not gender friendly means that this should continue. It should be designed in a different way. And when you even we teach our students, all the theories are made by men, are written by men, are seen from their perspective. But I usually start my class with a very simple exercise that I ask each student, whether male or female, to pinpoint, to have a map, pinpoint where they live, their daily trips, where they get their daily needs, where are their friends, colleagues, and where do they feel safe. And then I ask them to present, and usually girls are all safe and specifically inside their building, or maximum inside of their street. But males, they don't know how to answer the question because they feel safe everywhere. So it is a question of making the males see how their counterparts, their female colleagues, are having different issues than they did not think about at all. And through this exercise, I try to make them think that you have to look this way, you have to look that way. Yes, we understand that the needs of children because of their size. So this is something that we teach and is easily comprehensible. But for adults to think that women's needs are different in space design, this is not really still realizable or understandable in my region. Perhaps in other worlds, yes, we found that there are cities that are very well advanced in that, like Vienna, for instance. They have their own gender equitable framework and so forth. But still in our region, it is something that should not be talked about. And if talked about, it is not related to space. So that was something that we found out throughout the series, and also throughout bringing different perspectives, so not only from our perspective as architects, but also other aspects that are related to the city, and how can we interweave all these together. I stop at that.
No, yeah, I would like to do you another question, because I found interesting. And how was the support from the university? Because in the university, the authorities, I think that what is the percentage of women leading the faculties, the departments? Please, I think that if you have a kind of support in terms of doing this research, showing that to us that experience.
Yeah, so for this research, yeah, we do have, of course, the leadership. The dean is a male, but allows, I mean, whatever, if you're getting funding, then you can do whatever project you want. The only question, what do you mean? Are you doing a revolution or something? I'm not doing a revolution, I'm just questioning how are we designing spaces. This is something, so I have to educate throughout the process of administering this fund. I was educating myself, of course, because as I said, I was not a gender expert, and I still am not, and still learning in that sense a lot, and also educating others, raising awareness, raising that there are issues. I am a fortunate female that I was not subjected to any inequitable experiences. There are others from different strata, from different regions around the city, from other cities that are suffering. And I had this discussion with several of my colleagues who are females, that they haven't faced this issue at all, but with the research, with the evidence that all the speakers have contributed, and with the publication that I used as a mode of also raising awareness, that to see that there are others who are facing that. So if it doesn't mean if I'm not facing this issue, then this is not an issue. It is an issue. It's not for me. Perhaps it's for others. Perhaps I have the level and others have the level. So for the leadership or for the administration, my university, they were supportive because I'm doing research, and at the end of the day, I'll have publication, and this is a good thing for the university. But from this point of view, I had to educate. I think it is a lack of understanding rather than a rejection. So if you educate, if you deliver the message, try to bring it into daily experiences and how this affects the work environment, for instance, they start to understand. I say, okay, you can go ahead with what you're doing. Nothing wrong with that. So go ahead. So I think this was the main, one of the issues is to just educate others.
That's a lovely recommendation and concrete action that we have as women, trying to communicate what is the better way of supporting us, and this he for she that we need, and mainly trying